All right, Aubrey, take us away.
Doke. Happy Tuesday. We're going to stand up. It's June 29th. As I said, we've got a new team member who's joined us. So to put you on the spot, Anna, if you want to unmute and just say welcome and introduce yourself quickly.
Hi, I'm Anna. I'm Rising 2L at Suffolk, and I'm excited to start.
Awesome. So we're going to get Anna on the team shortly, get her onboarded. And as we go around to the other teams, if everyone would just say their names, their team member, and what school you're at, so we can start to get acquainted.
If you're at a school.
If you're at school. Otherwise, your role, or however you'd like to introduce yourself, really. You can tell us a silly fact. All right, I'm going to start with Kajal and Shauna.
I'm Shauna. I'm working with Kajal on the Established 2 paternity form, and I'm in the College of Arts and Science. I'm a computer science major.
And I'm Kajal, and I am also a Rising 2L.
And do you two have an update for us? I know you did your demo last week.
We just met and went through issues to start working on.
Planning. Awesome. Joelle.
Hi, I'm Joelle. I'm a Rising 3L at Suffolk Law, and my update, my GitHub should be updated by today. That's my biggest thing. Also, question, Caroline, are you the person, the SME, I guess, for the pretrial housing memo?
Sorry, am I the person that what'd you say? Something, I guess you said, am I the person that?
The SME for the pretrial housing memo?
I am not. I'm more the plain language review person, readability.
Okay, that's perfect,
yeah,
actually.
I don't know who
definitely...
I don't know who that person would be, the housing person, apart from Quentin.
Yeah,
okay.
Quentin considered an SME on that.
You guys are a resident housing attorney.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got criminal law, and that's me, but we don't deal with criminal law. So
Got it. Well, since I changed up the wording, a lot of like the plain language review, so I'll definitely be setting up a meeting with you later this week or early next week.
Okay, great. Joelle, I'm usually better off at the end of the week than the beginning of the week. My Mondays and Tuesdays are very hectic.
Okay, noted. Got it.
Great. Let's go to Eleni.
Hey everyone, I'm Eleni. I'm a Rising 3L at Suffolk Law. I'm just doing testing and also some other kind of grab bag projects this summer. So my update is that I met with Aubrey yesterday and we kind of went through the 209A to find major flows. Does anyone want to say about that? Because I also have like 2 grab bag updates.
I just am interested. I guess you guys were going to share with me because I couldn't meet with you yesterday. There may be some glitchy things in terms of whether an advocate, this whole thing about if an advocate is helping a parent file. And so I'm not sure if those were the most recent changes that we put in. And I don't know if you included that. That's a sort of a new flow, as it were, than was there before. And I think Quentin's, I don't know if that's in the master branch.
I think it is because we got parts of those questions, and you have just pointed out the one like major branch that we didn't really go through. We did 2 parallel, and then there was a third that we needed to go back, and we ran out of time. So an advocate was the one that we didn't go through. So that's good to know what we're looking for.
And I can talk to you guys about it's probably easier to talk about rather than try and describe in writing. So maybe you and I, the 3 of us, can talk about what you're going to be looking for in those. There are a few flows that can be confusing.
Okay. That's Eleni has been great, and we're taking the time to get to know the interview because it's been a long time since either she or I looked at it. So we're familiarizing ourselves again.
Okay.
And we were going to share it with you. So that sounds like a great plan.
Okay.
Thanks, Caroline. And Eleni, you had other grab bag stuff?
Yeah, so the plain language review I've gone through and I've made on GitHub, I've made issues with the plain language that needs to be fixed. I'm gonna go back and make a new branch of like code later on when I get the chance. But my second update for the grab bag is with the court location project. Caroline, I called the, what are they called? The court.
Oh, court service centers. Yeah.
Yeah, and the guy was so mad that I called.
Oh,
he was
I'm
so
sorry
upset.
about that, Eleni. Usually they're fantastic. We should connect. Who? It wasn't somebody. Should we stop recording for a second?
Rat them out.
Don't really have the ability to pause with the live stream.
Okay. All right. Well, Eleni, maybe we should
Just be
talk
tactful.
about it because there's people who are totally gung-ho on this project and you must have just gotten the wrong person. So let's get in touch with me. I'm really sorry about that. I
Okay.
feel terrible because almost everybody we've talked to has been really gung-ho and wonderful. So you just got the wrong person somehow.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's like me looking back on it that he got that upset that I asked him for help, but it's fine.
Yeah, that should not have happened. And we'll talk about it and I'll find somebody that you can talk to who would be helpful. I'm really sorry, Eleni.
No, don't be sorry at all.
You're so sweet. And thank you for trying, Eleni. We'll figure that out for you. All right. Otherwise, it sounds great. Donna and Ryan, what's going on?
Yeah, so hello everyone, my name is Donna, I'm from Ireland. I just finished my undergrad degree here and we are working with Ryan on a petition to change the name of the minor. Yeah, and we're just trying to fix some of the issues there.
Yep. Yeah, as Donna said, I'm Ryan. I'm a rising 2L at Suffolk and we've just been working very closely with Michelle. Thank you again for all of your help to work through our
Thank you very much.
Issues and working in for loops and all that. And today we tried to implement some of the changes that we worked on in our last meeting for the guardians as well as parents. And we got it mostly working, but we still have a couple snags. So probably one more good session and we'll be able to punch through, I think. And also, Caroline, I'm not sure. I know you reached out to Abby. Have you heard anything back regarding the SME? No.
I was going to ask you that. So I'll chase her down because it was a week ago. I'll email her again.
Okay. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, so just once we get in touch with the SME, we should be able to ask some questions and hopefully rework our question structure to be a little more clean and logical. And then once we work through that and our problems with Michelle, we should be good to go.
Awesome.
I've got an idea. If Abby doesn't come through, I've got an idea for somebody else who actually does work at a court service center and is a nice person and cares. She is an attorney and she used to do client legal information at what is now Northeast Legal Aid. So I think we can, as long as she's not out on maternity leave again, she should be a good person.
Sounds perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. A lot of collaboration going on. Exciting. Katherine and Regis, do you want to give us the update on the late docketing and what we're moving to?
Yeah, so I believe today is Catherine's last day on the late docketing statement, but things are in pretty good working order. She's leaving it in a very solid spot, which is nice. I was going through it this morning and did notice a new issue that popped up. I don't know if this has been happening to anybody else, but it would appear that under our document preview screen, so after a document is uploaded prior to the user signing it, that preview page, if a document is uploaded, it seems to be looping through twice, so the document will appear twice in the preview form. So I didn't have a chance to throw that into the coding help channel because it's kind of was one of the last things that I noticed before hopping onto this meeting. But if anybody has experienced that, feel free to reach out. But I'll be reaching out to the coding help channel later regarding that. But things are good.
We've also got Teaching Tuesday right after this. Don't forget. And also, Regis, I'm sorry, would you introduce yourself?
Yep. I'm Regis. I'm a rising 2L at Suffolk Law. In addition to the late docketing statement, I am working on a side project that involves running similarities between jury instructions.
Cool. And Catherine, would you introduce yourself and tell us what you're working on?
I'm Catherine. I'm rising 2L as well at Suffolk. I was working with Regis, but he knows everything. So he was always very helpful. But I'll be moving on to the appeals brief appendix with, I believe, Annie or Anna. So hi, Anna. That's all.
Great. And Sarah?
Hello, everyone. So my form is in the same spot it was last week. Sorry, I was out a few days for a wedding, but I'm ready to demo, I think, on Friday if we have time on Casual Friday. Super excited about that. I just got up with Eleni moments ago about tracking down the filing addresses. I think we have a good plan of dividing and conquering to kind of email everybody we can, and then who we don't reach out to, we'll call, and we'll see if a research librarian can help. So I am back full speed ahead on those two paths and excited to demo on Friday.
Great, excited to see it. Thank you, and I hope you had fun at the wedding.
So fun.
Michelle, any stand-up things? And will you introduce yourself?
I'm Michelle. I am a coder, not a lawyer. I am always rising, I suppose. Everyone's rising. I just feel left out. And are you ever lowering? I'm confused about the whole situation.
It just means we're between semesters. So.
Oh, really?
Right. So if you're a 1L, that's like the first year. 2L is the second year. So rising 2L just means you're between your first and your second year.
I think it kind of came from British University English language, and you know how lawyers are. They like to take on this.
I love it. I love knowing that. It's been so mysterious for such a long time. I'm like, when are you rising? I can't tell. Okay, cool. Well, I suppose I'm not rising between semesters. I'm rising from one part of my life to another. So I'm mostly focused on a testing framework right now for DocAssemble and our projects, which is about to go into version 2 because I got the review. Woo! So super excited about that. And then we can really start breaking it. Got some stuff lined up to start breaking it on. And wrote up some documentation. And that's mostly and checking in and helping with some projects. I think Ryan and Donna have a nice challenge there. We've, I think, come to the conclusion that we're going to have to like really go about this the right way in order to make it the easiest way, but that will take some deep learning. So, but we're really getting there. Never say just one more. Never say, oh, we need just one more day, one more anything. There's just go with the flow, see where it goes. It's an exploratory journey.
Are you guys recording your meetings since you're going to be doing this deep learning and stuff?
No, I don't think it's that kind of, it's not instructive. I'm also not sure I have a way. It's very specific, but it just has to dive very deep, but it uses the very specific and the errors we run into and the specific behavior we want. But it's just diving deep on lists and lists in lists and using properties in loops and things like that. So
well, that would be really helpful. Lists and lists is a tricky thing. That's nice for people to see.
Concept.
I'm not suggesting that you record it, but I'm saying maybe there's some way to mark the repository, saying this is a good example of these techniques in DocAssemble.
Yeah. So cool. So we'll think about that. Yeah. Let me write it down somewhere.
We also usually have been having the meetings during like open office hours. So if anybody wanted to come and listen, they could.
Yeah,
usually
for sure, totally welcome. Yeah, and I have office hours, just reminding people, Monday and Wednesday, they are from, no, Monday and Thursday, they are from 7:30 to 10:30, and then Wednesday and Friday, they are, you know what, I don't know this. That's why it's in my calendar.
Wednesday and Friday, they're from 2 to 5.
Okay, good. Someone knows. And I try to post them in the channel when they're happening. Anything else? I think I'm all set on the other things. Carry on. I'll come up with something later. Yeah.
Okay. Caroline, would you like to introduce yourself and tell us stand-up-y things?
I run Mass Legal Help. I work for Massachusetts Law Reform Institute, and Mass Legal Help is our public civil legal information website. So we try to write everything at a 4th to 6th grade level, and we link to the interviews as they go live and provide context and stuff for the interviews. Stand-up-y stuff is I emailed Kate. She's interested in being the CMA on the complaint for paternity. I can't remember who's doing complaint for paternity. Anybody here? Oh, Shauna and Kajal. Okay, so she's interested in it. I didn't get back to her, but she's definitely interested in it. So you can try her on Teams and she'll do it. And then she suggested somebody else as well. So if you approach, just send her a message on Teams and she's still up for doing it. And if she, for some reason she can't, she'll tell you who the other person is. So she said she's around as SME if anybody, family law people want to do it. The reason I suggested Abby is because she wrote the for the complaint for petition. Abby wrote the chapter on the family law advocacy guide. So I figured that's her, she knows a lot about it. Kate could do it, but Kate has plenty of work. So I figure where we can ask other people to do it, we should do that. I feel like I did something else, but I can't remember what else it is. No, I think that's it. I think I only was supposed to be chasing down SMEs. I said last week we sent off the interview for translation. So I think we're good. I need to get in touch with Bryce. I've been hiding from him for like 6 weeks. I feel like I'm at university still and I'm hiding from the professor. So Bryce, I really want to talk to you.
Sounds good.
You might already be finished. You might not need me anymore. So, but I do need to connect with you, and I apologize for hiding.
No, you're good. Sorry. Yeah, we can organize that. I
Okay.
haven't quite been hiding. I've been doing much with it either. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's it as far as I can tell, as far as I know.
Awesome. And Bryce, would you introduce yourself and
Yeah.
what's going on?
So my name is Bryce. I'm a clinical fellow with the lab. So I don't have a legal background. I am mostly a software person. And I primarily doing small fixes here and there to all of the doc assembly line stuff, and also working hard on getting e-filing. So all of the nice forms that you guys are writing, make it so the courts can automatically take them in instead of turning it into a PDF and then just send it in the PDF anyway. And with regards to e-filing, I now have a full front to back interview that is that can e-file with Jefferson Parish, which is one of the they run their own e-filing server that we can talk to now. And they're one of our partners with our grant. Still making progress on the Tyler side to do the same thing, but it's pretty close to doing that. And then everything else is just a lot of polishing. That's the only actual updates I think.
Very exciting. All good news. David, for consistency, would you introduce? I guess I didn't introduce myself either, but David, will you introduce yourself and tell us what's going on?
Luckily, I do think I've talked to everyone here and they know who I am, but I'm David. I'm the director of the lab. My update is just that soon we will be having folks from, hopefully, I'm waiting for a time synced call, but we will probably have a couple of volunteers from Australia joining us in the next week or two.
Awesome. And just for consistency, I'm Aubrey, I'm a rising 3L, and I'm kind of working as a project manager. I worked on
I'm kind of working.
I'm working as a project manager. I'm in everybody's business. And I worked on this last summer. I do a little coding, I do a little project managing, and hopefully we have fun. And I think the only update that I have is that next Monday is a holiday, if I am right. It is the Monday after the Independence Day. So the university is closed and we are closed. So that was it for updates. I'll remind us again on Friday to stay cool. Other than that, it's a wrap on stand up. Great work. And we'll slide right into Teaching Tuesday. Woo.